Well, guys, we're back again. We're going to be doing episode 5 review for Skeleton Crew. Now, again, I know this is going to be a couple days late, and I do apologize about that. I completely forgot it was coming out even with Christmas Eve, as well as it was busy Christmas Day, so never got to watch it. Finally was able to watch it, and just to kind of give you guys a quick little recap of this entire episode, the episode starts off where Wim's dad is trying to do something at work, then he gets signaled by Neil's mom, and she gives him some kind of device to do a hacking so they can get a signal out to get help to find the kids. He gets caught. He goes to Fern's mom's office, and then she's trying to do something, I guess, to be able to find them. Now, the kids are worried about 33 being able to still attack them, and they turn him on even though he's tied down, which doesn't last long after he remembers everything that happened of his former captain, which was apparently a very legendary pirate within space. And Jobs heard Jude Law's character has heard of him, and he knows exactly what ship they're on. He knows who it was, and apparently he was a very ruthless pirate. And then they go to a planet where 33 was created on, and then what we find is this planet has been transformed into this luxury resort. So, and no kids are allowed, so they have to come up with an idea. And now, what's kind of funny is they go on the planet dressed as these elders or so-called elders so that way they can get in. But before that, we have where Wim gets down, where he thinks, this would have been some kind of adventure, and July has talked to him and informed him to let go of all his anxiety, emotions, missing his parents, because it's just going to weigh him down, and that's what he had to do. And then, of course, he still uses the Jedi power on him, and he says, if you're not really a Jedi, then how can you do that? And he doesn't answer him. But they go on the planet, they're going in there, Jude Law is able to get his knife back, and of course 33 has a pocket on him so that way he does not do any kind of action toward anyone that is dangerous, while trying to check in and learning about the luxury resort, and also that the banking clan's on there as well. That's going to be dangerous. He runs into a old associate of his that was a bounty hunter. He did her dirty, and now it freaks him out because now there's a good possibility she's going to sell him out to the pirates, which she does, evidently because, of course, wanting her money and wanting to get him back, and he has to pay off the clerk to be able to figure out exactly where this location is for this legendary pirate left the treasure, as well as also the map to Atten. Now, when they do this, they split up in two teams, and it doesn't last long before there's trouble, and they actually, between Fern, Wim, and 33, they find this, I would say, pit of whatever, and they come across this one type of creature that actually seems to be a threat, but actually turns into a short ally. And what's really cool is while KB and Neil and, of course, Julad's character is able to look for the signs, they actually run into trouble. 33 comes against them because he thinks they're in danger, and it turns out that this creature is actually a potential ally and actually destroys the sigil where they're at so that way they can get in. Now, I will say, for like a little Easter egg, it was really cool to see Jabba's species yet again in this, because this is the first time we've seen one in a while. I don't think we saw any in the sequels, and we saw a little bit of that in Boba Fett, but other than that, that was the last time we really saw any that was quote-unquote live action. Now, what we see is they go through this tunnel, and they see a lot of booby traps, and when they get further into the tunnels, they actually realize that they're now going to be ran into for the pirates. Of course, that was once Jude Law's former crew. Now, when they start going after him, they have to get out of there really quickly before they catch up. But unfortunately, they run into this catacomb that has acid filled in the room and a riddle, and they figure out that treasure is the most important thing. That, of course, is the ultimate sacrifice, and a underground catacomb opens up, and you just see a bunch of treasure, and we even see a lightsaber in here as well. So it makes you wonder, whose lightsaber was this? Where did this pirate get it from? It seemed like it could have been from the Old Republic, because Atten is a Old Republic mint, which was basically, it could make a lot of money in gold and you would just be infinite rich. And so when they figure that out and they close it all off, you have where Jude Law has 33 show them the coordinates, as well as also a message from the captain, and that's when they figure it out. While at the same time he turns the acid back on so that way he can handle the pirates. But before that time, again, a pirate being a pirate, Jude Law turns on the kids, which we knew was going to happen sooner or later. He challenges Fern to authority of captain. They have not even really a duel. He keeps telling her like more than 5 times to yield. She tries to fight. He's able to defeat her. William tries to be a hero, and he tries to light up the lightsaber to activate it, and the dummy has it upside down. It just kind of gives that whole, okay, I give up, and Fern yields. And right when he tells 33 to hold him hostage and basically for mutiny against the captain, they activate another trap to escape, and Jude Law's character grabs the lightsaber and activates it, and that's how the episode ends. So this episode was kind of slow pacing a little bit, I will admit that. The things I really did enjoy in this was actually seeing different things that was kind of, I would say, remembrance for anyone that liked the Goonies like I did, especially for the whole booby traps or the don't touch anything, you know, whether it be from Goonies or Aladdin, because again, when you go, or Indiana Jones for that matter, when you go into a big area full of treasure, you don't want to touch anything because you're going to activate a potential trap. And that's what happened with a lot of different things to be able to find the activation of this codex for the coordinates of that Aten. But overall, I think this episode was, it was fun. I think also is good character development for not only Wim and Fern, because Fern, honestly, she is getting annoying, and I think to the point where she needs to realize she's not going to be in charge of everything and get her way because she thinks she's quote unquote captain, which she's not anymore. And Wim understanding that what he was wanting and what he's doing and having to deal with is going to be two different things, and he's going to have to probably grow up a little faster than what he wants. Same thing with Fern and everybody else. But I do think it was interesting that one was going to try, but I know there's going to be other ones out there where like, oh, if he actually went up against like a normal kid that handled lightsaber, maybe it would have been different. I don't know. If it would have been a normal child that was raised in the Jedi arts, would have they stood a chance against Jude Law's character? That's to be decided, because again, if Jude Law is actually an actual former Jedi or just a Force user, or a trickster to where he has something to where he can mimic Jedi powers, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, but when it comes to pirates, you really cannot trust a pirate. And again, I had a feeling this was going to happen, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, to where if he's just going to help them and try to take control of them and the ship and continue to go on this journey, or is he going to leave him in the dust? But once again, guys, I do apologize that it's been a little late for this review, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, either way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you as always on the very next one.